So as you can see, this is a continuation of what that is. What's up? So originally, I don't know where this people came from. All I know specifically is that it has something to do with my ex-employer, with the internet data that I consume. What's up? So as you know, the internet is like all over the place. You have different websites. You've been over the rotten.com, especially yeah. So you have morbid site for like morbid curiosity. Yeah, just there for like uncensored news, just in case you need to go off and get the news. What's up? And that's perfectly legal in the United States. And then you have other sites that are just there for like memes and degeneracy. That's there into like the art space. And then you have the other art space where that's where it's like things that's where it's like recording amateur work for like the geographic channel over there for like the individuals that can't make it on like the main studios. So they go off and they release the content all over the space here until like whoever can host the files for them. That's all. So the internet always have like a long list of like files on the search some of them. What's up? So I don't know who these people are. I don't know. I don't own this guy nothing. Yeah, I'm just recording just to go off and showcase to you. But you can see the emotion into this video. Yeah, I don't know, man. It must be like the skin color or something like that. Yeah, it's just I kid you not, man. Like I've been here for like 2 years. I don't know these people over there. These people have been having like a fetish. Yeah. Yeah, they've been having like a fetish, like going on like try to like follow black dudes around to try to go off on like I don't know, like I try to feel like who will have a fetish to then go off on like someone follow black people around just because of the fact that they get to see the rap videos in like New York City, so all of a sudden they want to go off on like try to like fight black gangsters or something. I kid you not, man. That's pretty much the fetish that some of these dudes been having on the special side. So I've been ignoring them, but at the same time, like the thing that makes them so dangerous is that they're stupid. And so it's like these are people that are far worse than rednecks. And so, but they're mad dumb. So if I didn't go to the prison, I would never know that these people were that stupid in the first place. And then eventually they were being used by a police network that are like highly intelligent within the field of computer science for like cyber intelligence. Yeah, that specializes in psychology. Yeah. So a good another example of like what they're doing stuff on. Right. As like a cyber unit is that if you like a gangbang or something like or like you like a small gang, that the police network is gonna surround you. Yeah, they're gonna surround you with like thousands of these people with them. Yeah, they're like ex-inmates. So when they do the undercover operation, they use these people over there to go off and like someone harass people to like go off and make them commit an error somewhere, so they could force them to like be arrested on the special side. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you call community harassment, because it's special. But yeah, that's what you call community harassment. So the police use a tactic called community harassment to like go off and harass some people on the special. But at the same time, no, it's a dangerous method that does not relate to justice itself. So it could be abuse based on like false rumors. The same way that Giuliani wanted to abuse it for, and led to like defamation. Yeah, I just came from a space where I had to sleep in a cold place outside. So my body is like fucking just like catch up. Try to warm up. I thought, let me drink some nice whiskey. Yeah, as you can see, I just always come around to try to work my way on the space, but like, I got batshit crazy. Community harassment due to that fetishizing over black dudes. Weird story about like I don't know these people outside. These people are like mad stupid outside. They wrapped around me, and they create a fake story for like the church to then go off and like think that they're helping, they're rescuing somebody outside. Yeah, the entire time I just want to slap these people so hard and catch the person over here in the U.S. that put these losers into my first real. The main reason being, oh yeah. And I told these folks are grifters and so on. They always look for problem. I said, we've been going back and forth with it. I said, every damn time I put my hands on them, yeah, they always come back for more. And then by the time they don't, they can't fight, nothing like that. They just go, the police just put them into your area to go off and be as rude as possible. That's how I got to learn to hate inmates. That's how, no, because instead of moving on with their life or like and then becoming better and improving with their lives, the image will often showcase to you why is it that someone are pieces of shit. Yeah, no. The main, the main reason why they're pieces of shit in the first place is that you don't know them. You have there's nothing personal in between the two of your side. There's nothing personal. You don't even fucking know them. But at the same time, once they put out the bounty, it's like somebody pay a hitman and you don't know the hitman. The hitman will go in and show up and shoot you in your intestine to try to kill you. And you're like, why? And it just tell you just business inside. By the time you're done, you survive. The hitman left you with like a $25 million hospital bill where you have to go off and stitch up your intestine. And if you didn't survive him, you've been dead and he just fucked you. For no reason whatsoever outside of his own greed and selfishness to go off and make money. So that's pretty much what these people are like. You don't even fucking know them. Yeah, somebody else told them to go off and do something for them, and that at your expense of your own life for them, they're gonna fucking do it for their own selfishness or whatever they were offering them. And that's how I got to learn these fucking image in the first fucking place, and that's why I can't feel sorry for none of them, of course, especially when they go in prison, because I myself, thanks to them, I've gone to fucking prison, and I've been falsely incarcerated by this group of them that would follow me into the hotel. And then release gases around the space here. So they pissed me off so badly because of the fact that the hotel staff themselves were part of a caste system, like in India. Or like the mother would have her daughters inside the hotel over here where they go to, and they'll sleep inside the closet over here or like in a room. And they live there for the rest of their lives. So in the morning, like 10 o'clock in the morning, I have the little girl come to, and I try to do my bed for me, all that stuff. Yeah, I just like clean up sometimes. I just tell like, nah, I don't want it to come around. I'm like, I'm already set because the room is clean and stuff and that. And then with you, during nighttime, I just be chilling with the cat that they have. Yeah, multiple cats that they have to like keep them company around the space because they're Buddhists and stuff. So I just be chilling with the cat on like the floor where I'm at. That's like a mezzanine, and then we look down into the floor over here. And then downstairs there's like seats just like that. So whenever that group was come to, they'll go off and like somehow make the entire space unbreathable, and then somehow make the little girl downstairs with her sister or like a mother that sleeps downstairs feel sick. So I ignore them, and I come down there and I fall asleep over there. In the lobby instead of staying upstairs in the hotel room, where like the hotel room is like being bombarded with like whatever chemicals that the Chinese will go off like release into the air. So what the police now will go off and do then is that they'll get more of these bombs to then go off and like try to harass the person, try to get his attention. So by the time I come down and fall asleep into the lobby, the police will get these people over there to come in over and over again to like try to knock on that window to get my attention and make me open up the door or waste my time because of space outside. Right? So I just ignore them. But I don't know. At one point I got so free of the fact that they kept on poisoning that girl over there. That I wanted to try to deter them. I tell them like, yo, who the hell are you people? Like, go away. So, and by the time I get into a fight over here, the police come too. They arrest me, and they eventually take the documents, and they left me in there for like 87 days. While they will not send my letters to the embassy, nothing like that. They just play you like crazy, and then within the admin system, the police network, they get to create errors. The same way that I went to the airport, the paperwork, and I showed it to the police over, and the police are like, no, go over there, until you tell me you want to self-deport. Now you understand what that means. So you get to see the admin error in there until how they abuse that resource based off a false rumor of like a military general or admiral. Yeah, that decide to randomly go off and get involved into stuff that's none of his business, and that makes no sense inside an American course. So you tell me one random Navy dude over here jumps into the person's private data to go off and look at his phone, and then all of a sudden he helps himself go off and yeah, he helps himself go on to like become a judge of what he thinks disability is. But that's where it gets even weirder. He jumps all over the place from like church, religion, stuff that's way to like I don't know, my private life, what I do for a living, my travel, not just for like a month or so, but for like the entire infinity until we make it inside of a course. And yeah, so that's the easiest case in my life that I ever got. That's where to work retaliation. Where I have to, I'll be like, yo, what the hell is even? Why do I have to? Why do I even have to answer to somebody else for the way that I live my private life as a single man? Yeah. So somewhere the loser put a team on like disabled people to go around and like spread false rumor about like what disability is and so all that stuff. And like I don't know if he was doing an investigation or so yeah, because you have to, because I have to be informed of judge and then ask the judge like what is the point of having an investigation like that where they're like so aggressive that they leak off your private information with a police network to like the entire internet, and then they follow you around when they have hidden cams every single day, and then they watch you being naked, all that stuff like to myself, and they leak it, and then they go off and like they release gases around the space to like poison your brain, give you organ failure, organ damage, and then which is somewhere harass you continuously, and then somewhere make fun of the person. Yeah, they give me the nasty internet trolls that are like disabled off like HN or so, and like how does that even make it inside a class to go off and look like a clean person that's doing a proper investigation? So like shame, 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 but at the same time it was a conspiracy to harm the person and then eventually even monetize it. So I'm like, how the hell can I ever lose to that inside of a class, and what for what? So now, because I said by the time I'm in that class over there, yeah, I'm a legitimate disabled veteran that got a medical benefit, yeah, of chronic pain. Yeah. So the chronic pain that I have is a lower back injury that stuck with me since the time I was 24 or 20. Yeah, since the time I was 24, I lost my lower back throughout my military service. Yeah, and that became a permanent chronic injury that got logged on the record. So by the time I exit out the military, yeah, I automatically got that payment from the Veterans Affairs system of the Indiana payroll office here, legitimately, lawfully. So because it was a law, yeah, they enacted as a law to pay the veterans of a contract when he fulfills his obligation under honorable setting. Yeah, so when he leaves the service under honorable condition, and he has a chronic illness that he developed over the military itself for his service, the system will go off and have the Veterans Affairs administer lifetime medical care for the veteran for the rest of his life, combined with a permanent tombstone and other benefits. That also includes a monthly payment for the individual for the pain and suffering that he has to endure for the rest of his life because of the fact that he got injured on the job, and that was part of the contract itself. So that's my fulfillment that I fulfill my part over here. That I didn't even know existed until I exited out. I didn't even care for. So by the time I left that service 15 years ago, I had to like endure that pain in my lower back. You remember the time when you had to go off and like show up to my apartment in like downtown Brooklyn, right next to the Barclays Center. And yeah, it was like what 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I sent you a text like emergency text to like show up with an Uber and then take me to like the VA hospital. Yeah, and then you had to push me in a wheelchair to go off and see the medical professional in the emergency room. To then go off and like give me like injections with like painkiller in my lower back. Yeah, that was a chronic pain over there. Where I was like limping, and they had to put me in the hospital bed, and then eventually the next day I had to go to work. Yeah, while I was all numbed up in the lower back and stuff. That's what I get paid for the rest of my life. I still feel the pain to this day over here, and that's how I got to learn to sleep in a certain way, go off and do my stretches, and like and someone's still working doing a construction and all that stuff. So that's why I get paid by the Veterans Affairs system over here. So that's why I'm not even. I'm asking myself like, yo, how the hell did somebody lock themselves in with me in the class in America while I always win the case based off the fact that I have a real disability? That's not a fraud. But anyway, that's the case they gave me over there. That's why I feel so confident. But the main problem with that group itself, yeah, that's gonna be fun inside the class. Is this right? Oh, I don't have internet connection. I'll send you the other video. But I actually do a job with them as a private company. I'll send you the other video so you can see it for yourself on what I do.